What is up, everybody? Josh here again, and today we have a new remade Icarus video for you. Hey, we're going to show you how to make 1,925 Ren and 1,400 exotics per hour doing this one mission called Migrating Sands. Let's get into it, shall we? Just a little disclaimer on this video, you do have to have some Ren and exotics for you to actually complete this mission by this method, and we're going to show you exactly what that costs and exactly how to do this mission in full detail, even with the recent nerfs to fire damage on the Sandworm on the Migrating Sands mission. So the mission we're going to is going to be in Missions and Olympus, and we're going to be going over towards the right-hand side of the screen, so it's going to be a more advanced mission. You're going to have to go through all the missions, go through the mission tree, and get to this one mission right here. And this mission right here is called Migrating Sands Survey. Investigate an anomaly in the desert, and it will give you 200 Ren and 100 exotics whenever you do it on normal.
This one's for Sinitai.
But that's not what we're going to be doing it on. We're going to be doing it on hard and hardcore, and the reason why is because that's going to double the amount of Ren and exotics we get per run, and this run can be completed in roughly about 5 to 6 minutes with this method. We say 7 runs per hour, but it could be more depending on how fast or slow you are with doing this mission. The mission is quite simple. All you have to do is deploy 3 beacons and then kill the Sandworm at the shifting sands. Once you've hit hard and hardcore, you can go and claim your prospect, and we're going to talk a little bit about the loadout that we're going to choose for this mission and exactly what to bring. All the items that you're going to see here are going to be available in the workshop, and you do have to unlock the items up to that item. So for example, the very first item that we're going to tell you to get is the Lua Envirosuit, and you'll have to unlock up to the Lua Envirosuit. So starting out with that suit, that's the suit we're going to be using mostly for the 3 suit module slots. And on this method, we're actually not going to be using any red exotics like we have before. We're just going to be using purples and Ren. We're also going to be going with the Larkwell Martinez Tachyon armor set, and we're going to do the full armor set. The reason why we're using that is for the negative 50% stamina consumed when jumping. We're going to pair that with some talents and be able to consume no stamina while jumping. For our 3 modules, we're going to be using mass dampeners. Even with the reduction in duplicate modules, we're going to still be going with 3 modules. We're going to be going with Biomore Backpack, and that's going to be for the movement speed that it offers and the health regeneration as well. We're also going to go with a knife, just any knife, but I would suggest the Ventura knife. The reason why is because it resists the basic wounds. And finally, we're going to be going with the Chak Sentinel pistol. I have researched most of the weapons in the game, and it is the best for us to kill the Sandworm the fastest. We're also going to be going with the jacketed pistol ammo box, and that's going to be ammo that we can bring down, and it is the only ammo that you can bring down for the Sentinel pistol currently in the game, as well as a Sinitai dropship recall beacon, and we're going to drop one of those down also. One other thing that you can do is you can go on one of your open worlds or prospects and fill up a Hulu canteen with some green tea. That's going to give you some additional health regeneration plus 25% on top of the increased recovery that you get with the Biomore Backpack. You don't have to have this, but we're going to just throw it in there. We have some extra slots available. The Biomore Backpack will heal you through most storms, so it's very valuable to have that. I would highly recommend it. You don't have to have it, but it also gives you that movement speed too. So if you go with a loadout, go with a loadout like this. Now, this loadout is quite expensive, and I'm not going to lie to you. It does require, like we said, a lot of Ren and exotics for you to craft. To research and craft these items one time, it's going to cost you a grand total of 5,300 Ren and 2,475 exotics as well, and will cost around 125 Ren per run. Now, the 1,925 Ren that we mentioned and the 1,400 exotics is included with the cost of each run, which is about 875 Ren per 7 runs. Once you selected this, you can go ahead and confirm the loadout and drop down on the prospect. But first, we're going to show you our talents. And also, just to mention, if you're not too confident in your abilities for hard hardcore, you cannot res. There is no resing. You have to have someone res you. You can do insurance. Insurance will reduce the cost of rewards down by 33%. And after 5 days, you're going to be able to get the items reclaimed if you were to lose them by accident. I'm going to show you all the talents that we currently have on our character, and this character does have the additional 3 points from the null sector, just to let you know. You don't have to have those to be exact, but you do have to have a few of these. We're going to point out some of the most prominent ones, but these are all of our survival talents. You can pause the video and see which one that we have. Inspect your character. We do have a level 60 character, of course, running this mission as well. And here is our adventure perks as well. And we'll come back through here and mention the most prominent ones. Under habitation, we just have this. We don't actually need it for this mission, but we do have it. And here's our perks for our combat. We do have the pistol perks, and it's going to increase the damage and reload speed of pistols because we're going to be using pistols. We also have where we move faster with pistols, which is plus 10% movement speed with the firearm. And these are all of our talents for combat. Also, just to let you know, here are our solo combat. You can sit there and copy your tree, but we're mostly going for the movement speed. Definitely need the movement speed. Health bars are really nice to be able to see health bars. Of course, health and health regeneration is really nice. If you wanted to, you can also go into bring a gun to a gunfight. That's going to help with a little bit more damage and also reload speed. You definitely want to go with the increased maximum stamina with Marathon Runner. And you can also go with Tis But a Scratch, and that's going to give you some physical resistance as well. Over the firearms, like I'd say, I'd probably go into the pistol perks at least. And then, of course, running fast with a firearm. We're going to have a firearm equipped most of the time, just so we can run faster. You don't have to do that, but it will increase your movement speed. There's no real required talents here in the combat tree, but like I said, these are highly recommended. These three right here on this one. You don't need anything in habitation. In adventure, I'm going to mention this, and this is quite important. For you to basically not use stamina, it is required for you to have plyometric. It's going to give you the negative 50% stamina consumed while jumping, and you're going to couple that with the Tachyon armor set, which means you're basically not going to use stamina whenever you jump, which means you're never going to have to stop for stamina. Movement speed is really good, so Swift Survivor, really good, plus 10% movement speed. Of course, some extra base health is really nice as well. We went into Weathering the Storm. We had to go 1 into Storm Chaser. You don't have to do Storm Chaser, but you can all the way if you want to. And of course, we have the plus 15% exposure resistance as well. This is really key because we're going to be running into a lot of storms on this mission. The way the devs set this mission up, we're going to have storms. And all the storms, if you follow these talents and this gear set to a T, you will not have an issue with those storms anymore. You will heal through those storms. This is not a requirement, but very nice to have Desert Master in the exploration side of adventure here. You're going to get plus 5% movement speed in the desert and negative 25% water consumed in the desert. And finally, in the survival tree, we're going to go over the hunting. Under hunting, we have Chase 'em Down. And I think we also have the base Chase 'em Down as well. Both of the Chase 'em Downs will give plus 40 maximum stamina. Also in the cooking and farming tree, we got the Get Up and Go. That's going to give us plus 10% maximum stamina as well. So pretty much you're wanting to boost as much maximum stamina as you can. You don't really need stamina regeneration because we're not going to be using stamina if we're jumping. And these are the base talents that we're going to be going with in the mission. So we're going to go ahead and launch the mission and show you how to do it. We're just going to confirm the loadout with this loadout right here. Once you start dropping down on the mission, you're going to hit M and go ahead and come over to D13. We're going to place a little marker here, kind of in the middle. Right in the middle should be fine. So what we're going to do is drop our dropship beacon right there. And that's also going to be where we fight the Sandworm. And then we're just going to grab all of our gear from the dropship and go ahead and consume. We're going to hit take all, consume the jacketed pistol ammo. And if you have it, you can go ahead and consume this. You're going to have to consume it again before you fight the boss, but go ahead and grab our pistol out because we run faster with pistol. We're going to grab a little bit of fiber on the way in case we get a scratch. And we're going to go to the beacon that has the 3 beacons that we need to place for the mission. We're just going to go over here. We're going to control, shift, and left click, and that's going to grab all those out at once. And we're going to do the same to put those on our bar. And then all we got to do is head towards this purple icon that you see on the compass there and hop along the way. Now, hopping is quite important. You only have to hop whenever your stamina is getting kind of low. If you see, we're running right now. We're not actually regenerating stamina. But whenever you have this loadout and this talent set, whenever you hop, you'll regenerate stamina. And you can notice that you'll never run out of stamina ever. So you can pretty much run fast and outrun everything and never run out of stamina. And we're running at about a 560 movement speed with this loadout. We're just going to head to the very first beacon and go ahead and place it down when we get close. Heading southeast here, we're going to go ahead and just kind of walk down this cliff because you can actually damage yourself jumping down this. So we're just going to run down this cliff. And when you see that little purple icon kind of heading behind you or to your right there, kind of like so, then you should be about ready to place the beacon. We're going to left click it and place it, bring our gun back out and head northeast to the next purple beacon and drop it down. Don't worry if you aggro anything, just keep running. You will not die because you will be able to outrun every animal in the game. Now on this beacon, I like to kind of keep an eye on the left-hand side. Whenever I'm heading northeast, you're going to see a little plateau right there. Right around that plateau is where you need to place the next beacon. And then you're going to head directly south, and we're going to go ahead and drop down our drop ship. Kind of close to where the sandworm comes out and where we put our red marker. Looks like we got a storm here, which is a heat wave. Heat waves are really easy to counter, and you will have absolutely no problem at all countering a heat wave. Light sands and medium sands, you can heal through those, and they do reduce visibility quite a bit, but you will survive those as well. If you need to, drop your drop ship down and seek shelter in it. We'll drop our beacon down here and head towards that last beacon that we need to place down. Heading southeast. The sand dune to the left here, at the very base of it, so we could just kind of follow it. That's where we're going to place the last beacon, right here. And then we're going to head directly northwest. You're going to see like a little plus or like a target icon on the map. We're going to head straight towards that, kind of avoiding any creatures that we come across as well. You don't want to aggro stuff, but you can outrun it. And that's going to go ahead and spawn in the sandworm. Now, the sandworm, you need to shoot 24 shots into the sandworm, so you don't want to be wasting any of your ammo. Whenever he first comes out, you want to try to get as many hits on him as you can and reload in between his attacks. You want to be able to crit him and crit him often. Usually what I like to do is stay within melee range. If you get too far out, he'll start spitting like that. You want to avoid that. And you want to hit him anytime. Anytime he starts doing attacks and stuff like that, you will get a crit on him. Kind of like so. Just kind of stay a little bit far back, and whenever he does that move right there, you can get quite a few attacks in on him. Like that. So just kind of stay far enough away from him so he doesn't attack you when he lunges. And attack him whenever he lunges. We're going to get a little closer to him again, kind of get him to do melee again, and then back out again. Just kind of get a feel for the sweet spot in between. And he's dead. And then all we got to do is go and upload. Like so. And that's it. That's the mission. That's just got to keep repeating that pretty much. And we got 400 Ren and 200 exotics, and we used about 125 Ren to get that 400 Ren, and then we get pure exotics. We get 200 exotics per run, and don't have to worry about using exotics. We're just going to load up our character here again. Go to new, missions, Olympus, go back over to Migrating Sands, choose hard and hardcore again. And at the very bottom of your items here, you're going to notice that the loadout is right there. So all you got to do is control left click these items back into your inventory, and then you're good to go for your next run. Like so. Sometimes when you first start the mission, you're going to get a storm. All the storms that you get on this mission, you can now counter with the health regeneration of the tea, and also with the backpack, the Buy More backpack. It helps heal you quite a bit. As you can see, we're getting some storm exposure. All we got to do is jump into our drop ship here. And in the middle, we'll notice the storm exposure will go down. If you look under the storm exposure bar, it will tell you if you're getting storm exposure or not. So if we go on out here, it looks like we won't be getting much exposure. If we get in the very middle here, we will not be getting exposure. Just move around until you see that no shelter debuff go away underneath that storm bar. Two of the hardest storms you're going to get on this mission is going to be light and medium sand, and those are really rough storms, mostly because of the visibility debuff, I call it. It's going to make it a lot harder to be able to see in this mission and be able to kill stuff. But I have fully tested this loadout and this talent set, and you will live through both medium sands and light sands. Worst case scenario, if you're having issues with the storms, just throw down your dropship beacon and call the dropship to you. Like so. Then once your dropship comes down, all you got to do is jump inside of it and seek shelter. We're going to kind of show you a neat trick that we learned recently about the dropship. Say, for example, if you're having a hard time jumping in here for some reason because it's on a hill like this right here, and you're not able to actually jump inside of it like this, all you got to do is jump on the edge of the dropship right here and then crouch, and then you can actually walk all the way around the dropship, and then just go inside like this. It's very easy. Once you're stealthed and on a ledge, you actually can't fall from that ledge, and the edge of the dropship is considered a ledge for some reason. So now we can go into the dropship and go into the middle, and now we have the exposure now dropping off. These storms are absolutely horrible as far as being able to see. If you need to, you could sit there and just wait out the storm. It's up to you completely. A method that you could do if you don't like doing this mission at night, this mission is mostly at 1800 hours and you will be doing it in the dark, which is kind of suck. But if you wanted to do this, instead of bringing the canteen, you could bring an MXC cot and MXC campfire. And this is going to give you the ability to go into one of these open caves when you first start the mission and sleep and make it day. Now, it's not going to help with any of the storms or anything, but it will help with it making it day instead of doing it at night. So you could just drop down with this loadout right here, like so. When you drop down, you want to grab as much sticks as you can because you're going to use the sticks to kind of use the campfire to sleep. And we're going to go grab the beacon, of course, like we normally do. Then what we're going to do is we're going to head to this place right here on the map, kind of in the middle of B13 here. We're going to put a marker here, and that's where some of the open caves are sometimes. And there's usually dual caves here, and usually one of them's open. On this one, it seems like neither one of them are open. There's a chance for that to happen. Sometimes you come down the way here and keep following the ridge to your right. You'll see another cave. There's another cave down here you could sometimes get some shelter in. And it looks like this one's open right here. And this cave is located right here in the corner of C14, top left of C14. So check those caves. You can check them all. So you're going to want to put the campfire in the bed on your bar. And you probably want to go ahead and make you a little light as well, like this. So you could see in here, just hit L. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the campfire down on the edge and then put the cot in there. We're just going to throw some of the sticks in there and then just sleep. And that will make it day. And then all you got to do is pick these back up. If you go too far in, you'll aggro the worms in the cave. And if you do so and you want to kill them, then all you got to do is just kind of go in with your knife and just kind of stab them in the face. You'll see little holes in the ground like this, and stab them. You also have bees sometimes, so be careful of those. All you gotta do is stab them as well. And this will take a little extra time off of your runs, so it's not advisable, but if you're having a problem seeing in the dark, then that's an alternative method. Something else I'm going to go ahead and mention is that if you wanted to go ahead and go to your settings and go to your gamma and increase your gamma, say, to about a 3.3 or a 3.2, that's going to increase the brightness on your screen and should be able to see a lot easier if it was late. Say, for example, if you wanted to shelter in your dropship and wait till the storm's over and you're not too confident about surviving that storm, you could do the gamma trick, and that's going to increase the gamma and let you be able to see a little bit better at night. Also, just to let you know, if you were to aggro something, just kind of stab it with your knife. You're trying to save as many bullets as you can for the sandworm. So, for example, if you were to come up and aggro something whenever you're fighting the sandworm, just use your knife to backpedal and stab that animal, kind of like so. We're going to just backpedal and stab the animal, trying to keep away from it. If you do get hit, your Biomore backpack should help you repair. So if you're fighting the sandworm or you aggro something, just kind of backpedal and attack the animal or creature and take care of it with your knife. You want to save as much ammo as you can for the boss, like so. We've killed quite a few of these, actually, that's been around this boss. And say, for example, if you run out of ammo, all you got to do is whenever he lunges like this, stab him in the face with the knife that you brought. That's why a knife is also very valuable to bring. Avoid these attacks like that, if you can. And whenever he lunges like this, just kind of stab him in the face, like so. So you can use your knife kind of as a backup if you were to run out of ammo for whatever reason. I understand sometimes you may accidentally shoot an enemy or something like that instead of using your knife. So if you do so, just use your knife to finish off the sandworm. Because you have plenty of spots available, you can bring an extra stack of ammo. Also, that is completely up to you, but it will require another 100 Ren. And that's going to be it for this video. Don't forget, if you like what you see, to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Subscribing will get you weekly Icarus update videos and content videos just like this one. Also, join our Discord if you have any issues or if you need a res or revive. You can contact us in there. We have plenty of veteran prospectors, and they're willing to revive you or help you with any issues you have, me included. And hopefully, we'll see you next time. Peace.